With JD Youngin's father resting and healing well after the incident, he has finally given insight on what truly happened the day JD Youngin sadly passed. Now on July 27th, 2022, at roughly 5:50 p.m., reports were being released of Louisiana rapper JD Youngin sadly passing away outside of his family's residence. JD Youngin's father, Kenyatta Scott, was also affected at the scene as he was standing beside JD Youngin when it all went down. At 5:50 p.m., the Louisiana police station received a call reporting a firearm use with 2 people being affected. They quickly responded to a home that had a bright blue Corvette parked in the driveway, along with a man who had sadly been affected by a firearm laying in the driveway of the house. The man that was laying in the driveway was Louisiana rapper JD Youngin, who would be quick to get treatment on the scene before being transported by EMS to the local hospital. Now, JD Youngin's father claims that his son was ambushed by 5 men. 3 men allegedly pulled up in a black truck in front of the house. Meanwhile, 2 other men approached JD Youngin and his father from the side of the house, coming out of the bushes. While JD Youngin and his father were trying to run back inside of the house, the 5 men all started using firearms as JD Youngin was affected allegedly 8 times in the process, as reported by Say Cheese Network. Once the act was done, all 5 men then hopped back into the black truck before driving away from the scene. But it gets very concerning as they didn't drive too far. With JD Youngin supposedly being the main target, officers learned quickly that there was another man who had been affected by a firearm as well. That was JD Youngin's father, who was being driven to the emergency room by a nearby neighbor. Now, word quickly spread to social media by outlets such as Say Cheese and others of rapper JD Youngin being in critical condition. The only status given by sources close to the family was that he wasn't breathing an hour after the incident. Now, with Jay being taken to the emergency room quickly, allegedly those same ops were in the area and following the ambulance, as officers would have to respond to a second incident at the nearby hospital as firearms were being used in the parking lot while JD Youngin was being transported inside of the doors. Now, thankfully, only a vehicle was destroyed in the process due to the firearm use, and no one was affected. Investigators believe the 2 incidences were connected, and it must have been a retaliation or a second attempt at making sure JD Youngin sadly passed. Rumors quickly started going around the internet that JD Youngin passed as credible sources were tweeting it. Now, this is where JD Youngin's sister replied to these outlets saying that he didn't pass. A few hours then went by, and with his family and friends no longer posting on social media claiming that he is alive and just in surgery, the clock would then turn to midnight and it was announced that JD Youngin sadly passed as his condition was just too bad. The police would officially declare Jay sadly passed, and they also identified the second person affected was his own father, Kenyatta Scott Sr. Say Cheese Media would report on Instagram alleging there had been a second firearm incident in the parking lot of the hospital, with reports from the streets claiming that ops against JD Youngin were also there waiting for his arrival. Now, just to make the situation even worse, this all occurred in front of Jay's mother's house, as multiple pictures were posted to social media showing off his mother and other relatives posing in front of the home and taking family photos. Now, it wasn't long until people online Googled and searched the address all around social media, finding out it is JD Youngin's family home, as it revealed multiple family members are registered to this address. This made people believe that it's not crazy to think that if someone wanted to find JD Youngin's whereabouts, they can easily just search this address online, and the biggest giveaway that he is living there would be the bright blue Corvette sitting in the driveway. The neighborhood this house is located in isn't the safest of places either, as police are currently investigating on who could have done this crime, but they stated it's very common where houses in the hood with supercars in the driveway are often scouted a lot by other people in the neighborhood. finding out who lives there, whose vehicle is this, is it a rapper, and do they have no security? With JD Youngin being a famous celebrity rapper, it's pretty obvious that he could have and probably was the main target in this situation. But the police are also looking at another route, and this would be JD Youngin's father, Kenyatta Scott Jr. Due to his history of crimes in that same area of Louisiana, Jay's father could have also been the main target in this situation, as according to documents, he is very well known to the Louisiana Police Department, as Kenyatta Scott Sr. has this house that was at the scene of the crime listed as his primary residence. Now, interestingly enough, his father, a 44-year-old man, is a registered offender after a 2010 conviction. Then again in 2016, he was arrested for the same thing, but also charged with battery. Now, he would win the second case in court, but in 2021, he was then featured on the local news after another arrest warrant was issued. Once again, for the same charges, which is a 4-letter word that I'm not allowed to say here on YouTube. But if you do it in a specific area, everyone in that neighborhood is gonna want to go after you. Now, police believe that JD Youngin was the main target in this crime, but also not to rule out the possibility of Jay's father being the main target as well for the countless cases in that specific area in Louisiana. Now, after reports of JD Youngin's passing went around online, it wasn't long until rappers started reacting to it on social media, sharing also what could have happened to him as well. As Youngin Ace wrote on Instagram, "Damn, I wasn't even gonna come post, brother, cause this stuff been eating me in the inside. Cause we wasn't seeing eye to eye about some stuff that we could have rekindled. I wanted to call you so bad, brother, but it was just our pride in the way. We was better than that stuff. We was going through stuff so little. Damn, little brother. I hate even going through this stuff again and again. All my love goes out to your family. You know that I love them like they are mine, and they've always treated me like family. I always been in your corner, and I always wanted you to win. No matter what it was, I wish I could just call you. I'll trade all of these memories in just to make one new one with you. At JD Youngin, I'm lost, I'm hurt, broken twin, I love you forever." Now, this got the attention of rapper Foolio, who had some interesting things to say. He wrote on Instagram, "Dude used to diss me just to be cool with the ops. He even got them boys' name tatted, but now look." Now, many people digged into the backstory between Foolio and JD Youngin. It's not ridiculous to think that with JD Youngin having beef with Foolio, it could have caused many issues with other street teams in his specific location. With everything divided into different sections and sectors, there could have been a neighborhood or a small street that is cool with Foolio, but not cool with JD Youngin, which is where they could have came from, and the police are currently investigating that exact thing. Now, if you enjoyed the video and want a new update on everything going on with JD Youngin, leave a like on the video, especially if you are a fan. I'm curious how many fans are watching today. Anyways, it's been District Trending, and I'm out. Peace.